No, this video is not clickbait. Less than an entire year after his release, Grim is going to be getting a rework. Earlier today, Ubisoft posted a new document showing a little update to the Year 8 roadmap as we get so ever closer to the reveal of Year 8 Season 2. Now, this document confirms a lot of things. The permanent arcade mode is confirmed for Year 8 Season 2, so is the map rework for consulates, so there's no delays there. Shooting range is going to be getting an update with moving targets, kind of a bit like Aim Lab, and that is confirmed to be coming in Season 2 as well. A little update here is the fact that the rework for Frost has been delayed to Year 8 Season 3, where we're going to be getting it in Year 8 Season 2, and this is due to community feedback because a lot of the community didn't really like what they were shown at the Year 8 reveal of the Frost rework, so they're probably going to change that round a bit. So with that being delayed, we have a new addition to Year 8 Season 2, which was originally going to be coming in Year 8 Season 3, and that is a new observation blocker gadget. Basically, it's a defender gadget where you can place down this little screen, and if you're in your normal mode with your gun out, it doesn't affect you at all. However, if you go on a camera, it will block the vision. So this gadget will only affect the view of cameras, not the characters themselves. So all that stuff is really cool, but there's a major brand new thing at the bottom of this document. This wasn't revealed before at all. This is the first time we're seeing this, so this is the reveal of this news, and that's the fact that Grim is going to be getting a rework. Now, they say buff in the title, but then in the description they say rework. They've been kind of flimsy when it comes to the term rework. A rework can be something like Tachanka, where you completely change their gadget, or it can be something a bit minor and still keep the major aspects of the gadget. And I definitely think this rework is going to keep the major aspects of his gadget sort of the same. It's a pretty cool gadget. He's got a launcher which can shoot nanobot bees, but it's just unfortunate that when we play him in the game, he doesn't really translate well and he's not that impactful. So Ubisoft have announced this rework, and they say it's actually going to be in two parts. So part 1 is going to be coming in next season, which is Year 8 Season 2, and part 2 is going to be coming in Year 8 Season 4. And what they say is, we are actively working on Operator Grim to improve his impact. In order for you to get your hands on this rework sooner, we have broken this update into two parts. The first update is set to be released in Season 2, and the next one in Season 4. And I think it's absolutely insane that we are already getting a rework for Grim. This is 100% needed. It's been proven that his gadget is just not impactful, and as I've proven in a different video, it is factually a worse version of Capitao. Of course, we don't know what the rework is going to be until Year 8 Season 2, however, I do think in that reveal we'll probably learn what part 2 of the rework is going to be, which will come in Season 4, but considering they split this up into two parts, I'm going to assume that part 1 is not going to be as technically different to what we've got right now, and I'll get into that in a little minute, and I think part 2 is probably going to be quite technically advanced for what we currently have with Grim, and is going to change him quite a bit. So what I think part 1 of this gadget rework is going to be is simply they're going to make it that his bees do not disappear until a defender triggers it. Simply, you shoot one of his gadgets at a doorway, bees will deploy underneath it, and they'll stay there until a defender walks into its area of effect. This then allows Grim to become a flank watch operator, something he should have been since the start. Now, maybe they'll make it where you simply cannot destroy the bees, and if you want to get past them, you have to walk into them, and operators such as Vigil and Mute can counter this, or at the least you need an explosive to destroy them, because I think if you could shoot these bees away, it would still make him a worse version of Gridlock and Nomad, so his gadget does have to have that little edge above them to make it a bit stronger. But yeah, considering that they did push part 1 of this rework up so we could get it sooner, I'm going to assume it isn't going to be as major as the part 2 of the rework we are going to get. So assume part 1 to be, like I just said, something to do with its time, how long it lasts, maybe its area of effect. Little changes like that is probably going to be part 1. And part 2 is probably going to be a bit more in-depth and bigger. It'll probably be a bit more technical, hence why it's going to take longer to come out. So what this maybe will be is his gadget will go through hard walls, similar to how Fuse can do it. It can also go through soft surfaces as well. So if you're playing below and you shoot it at the roof above you, it will start deploying on the floor above you and start pinging someone in that location. That one would be quite cool. However, my preferred thing for part 2 would be the bees to actually chase down the defenders who are in its radius, or at the very least, start gravitating towards their position and just move around a little bit. In the cinematic we got when Grim first came out, where he was fighting Nook, she runs away and he shoots these bees and they chase down after her. So just imagine if there's a defender in a room and you shoot these bees in the same room as them, and they start gravitating towards that player. Maybe they don't do it at a fast pace, maybe it is a bit slow so it gives defenders time to run away, but it will still push them out of that position, making Grim so much more useful. In his current state, there's just not really a massive reason to bring Grim, so if his gadget can do something which is a bit unique, maybe a better option for flank watch, or will kind of chase down operators, or at least give away their position a bit better than it currently does. Because to be honest, to ping someone with Grim's gadget currently, you kind of already need to know where they are to begin with, deeming his gadget a bit useless. But if someone is maybe hiding in a corner in a room and you shoot one of his bees in and they start moving towards that player, that kind of helps you work out where that player is and hopefully push them out of that position. I think that just makes a lot more sense for his gadget. That's how his gadget works in the lore. That's how it's meant to work. But I guess because of gameplay limitations, they couldn't do that, so maybe this probably won't come. I mean, who knows if they actually know how to do that in this game? Because if they do know how to do this, these bees will technically act as AI teammates. And for what we've seen in T-Hunt, and not even just Ubisoft games, just multiplayer shooters in general, these sort of AI teammate sort of things aren't usually the most reliable things. That being said, in Season 4 of Year 8, there is going to be a new playlist where there's going to be AI defenders and you can just practice attacking maps going against bots. So they could kind of take the technology they have from that and sort of implement it into Grimm's bees and make that a gadget on its own, but I imagine that is quite complicated. That being said though, I do think Ubisoft could potentially pull that off, and I definitely think that would be insanely cool for Grimm. And not only would that make him a viable operator, it's quite unique and it fits in the game very well. Or they might do something completely different, they might ditch the launcher, they might change around a bunch of stuff, we don't know yet. I have a feeling we're going to learn about both parts of the rework, not only the first part, in the Copenhagen Major, which is next month. So definitely subscribe and stay tuned to the channel for more, because I will be covering this when it does come out next month. But yeah, who is expecting a Grimm rework this soon? I do think Ubisoft notoriously has taken a very long time to buff quite underpowered operators. So the fact that they've already announced that they are doing a sort of rework to Grimm this soon into his life cycle is insanely cool to see, and I hope they keep this level of consistency up in the future. And I wonder which operator reworks we are going to get next. Of course, there is a Frost one, which is coming in Season 3 now. A lot of people weren't really happy about what they shown off about that. I personally really liked it. I thought it added way more depth to her gadget, but I guess that's a video for another time we'll get into. Honestly though, off the top of my head, I guess the only other operator which people would kind of think needs a rework is probably Blackbeard. That has been a topic of discussion in the Siege community for years now, and I definitely do think in his current state it was a Grimm that needed it more than Blackbeard. So now that Grimm is getting it, do we think that Blackbeard may be next on the line to get a rework? Who knows? But with part 1 of this rework being announced, Season 2 does look to be quite a good season. Looking at the updated roadmap now, we are going to be getting a Swedish operator who has links to Deimos in the lore, so we're going to be getting quite good lore in this season. Of course, we're going to be getting a battle pass, an event. The shooting range is getting an update where the targets move now, sort of like aim lab, so that is really good that you can test your aim a lot better now. Permanent arcade is going to be really good for replayability and kind of just chilling out a little bit, because quick match can kind of be a bit sweaty on its own, and there is going to be quick match 2.0 coming in Season 3. We'll see how that turns out. But now looking at the roadmap, Season 3 itself is looking pretty empty. Other than a brand new operator, there isn't that many changes coming that season. Just like how Season 2 has had stuff added to it since its initial reveal, let's hope that Season 3 has some more stuff added to it as well. So guys, be sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section below about this reveal of a brand new rework coming to the operator Grimm. I definitely think it was deserved. I cannot wait to learn more about it. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think this rework is going to be? Do you think it's going to be like the changes I proposed, or do you think it's going to be something different? Anyway guys, drop a like on this video if you did enjoy, dislike it if you did not, subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you all later. I love you all. Stay safe. Peace.